In order to find the composition of functions f of g of x, we first find g of x. Notice that's the second part, not the first part, or the y value for the g equation. This answer is then replaced back into the f equation to find the new y value. An example will help illustrate. We start with f of x equals x plus 5, g of x equals x squared minus 3. Let's begin by finding f of g of 4. Now please notice that as we find f of g of 4, the first thing we do is find g of 4. So we put 4 into this equation. 4 squared minus 3. 16 minus 3 is 13. So now we take f of 13. We put 13 into this equation, we get 18 as our final answer for the first part. Let us continue to find b. We want g of f of 4. So we find f of 4 first. We put 4 into the f equation. 4 plus 5 equals 9. So now we take g of 9. We put 9 into the g equation. 9 squared is 81 minus 3 gives us 78. Please notice that the answer for g of f of 4 and f of g of 4 is different. That happens almost all the time. Let's try something a little more challenging. How about f of g of x? So to do this, we take f of g of x, but what is g of x? It's an equation, so now we're going to take f of, write this whole g of x equation, so we have x squared minus 3. Now in order to take f of x squared minus 3, we're going to go to the f equation. Back up here we're going to replace x with x squared minus 3. So we have x squared minus 3 plus 5, because that's at the end of that. So we wind up with x squared plus 2. Finally, let's try g of x. Now we don't panic because we have the same letter twice. You always start from the inside. G of x is this equation. So we're going to take g of x squared minus 3. How do we do that? We're going to take this entire binomial, replace x with x squared minus 3. So we take x squared minus 3 and we square it, just as illustrated here, minus 3. Now if we square this binomial, we get x to the 4th minus 6x squared plus 9, then minus 3. So we wind up with x to the 4th minus 6x squared plus 6. Composition of function. It's totally different than adding, subtracting, multiplying, or dividing.